Joining me on the Women's Basketball Podcast now is Adia Barnes. Welcome to the ACC, new head coach of SMU. Just to kind of start off, how has the offseason been in terms of, you had to completely overhaul this roster. So what was that like, sort of, I guess, building the plane as you fly?
It was amazing. I think for me, it's so happy to be in such a place. I think that when the job came out, it was kind of a weird time because the portal had just opened.
Sure.
And the portal is like romper room. It's like the Wild Wild West. So the timing was interesting, but it all happened so fast. It's not what I expected, but I was just so happy to do it. I think that looking at SMU, obviously it had been a struggle. It was a big transition going from there to the ACC. So I understood that. But then all the changes that SMU was making, bringing President Hartsville from Texas and Damon Evans, who I think is the most dynamic best AD in the country, from Maryland, someone who I respected from afar. So it was all those things that I looked. Andy was there for USC, one of the best, up and coming coaches that just won a lot. So I looked at all those things and I was like, wow, this is the place to be in. And then I didn't know about my family lived there, my sister lived there. Got to Dallas, got to campus. I took the job before I took campus. Got here and was like, this is way more amazing than I could have ever imagined.
So you signed on the dotted line before you even went to Dallas.
I did because of Damon.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you about Damon. When he got hired at SMU, one of the first things he did was make a change at women's basketball head coach. And in fact, SMU was the only school this offseason to hire a sitting Power 4 head coach. And to me, that told me a lot about their ambitions and investment in women's basketball. What did that tell you about him and the school's investment and ambition in women's basketball?
Well, the first thing it tells you is that he is an AD that cares about women's sports. And there's not a lot of, I feel like, ADs in the country that truly embrace. It sounds good. You can do it a little bit, but
sure.
Do you truly care? And I know that we had played Maryland in the tournament a couple of years. Brenda Freese is also an Arizona alumni. I know that she loved Damon. He was a great leader. And obviously, we all talk as coaches. We all know of ADs and we want to work for one day. And so I think it was a no-brainer when I saw he made that change real fast. And I didn't follow that. I was just like, he's going to SMU. Wow, that's interesting. But then when I saw that and it became an opportunity, it was a no-brainer. Who wouldn't want to work for an AD like him? And I think with this day and time and how women's basketball is growing and changing, you have to have administration. You have to have a president that supports women's basketball. You have to have an AD that supports that vision for women's basketball, truly does. Not just that they do. To be successful. And so when I got the phone call and talked to them, it's just I'm clearly aligned with them. He's someone I want to work for, and for me, that's one of the most important things for success.
Yeah, for sure.
You need support from your administration.
Definitely. Before this position at SMU opened up, you were going into an off season at Arizona where you were going to be on the final year of a contract there. Did that reality make you a bit more open to the possibility of leaving your alma mater?
It didn't because. I was very comfortable. I think that they had invested a lot in me and I wasn't really worried. There hasn't been a year where I was off. And if you look, I was off for jobs in November. And I've been turned down numerous times for more money. So for me, it wasn't just can I get another? I honestly didn't care, but I was probably never going to stay somewhere where I was last year. I would leave.
Sure.
And so for me, it's not about this. It's not about being scared about getting in the job. It's about the respect and what you've done and the type of coach you are. And I think what you've earned. And I felt that what I've done in Arizona, I earned the right to be in this situation. So for me, it's not about the money.
Mm-hmm.
Like I could walk away, I could go to the WNBA.
Sure.
And be a coach and probably make even more money nowadays. And so for me, it wasn't about that. So I knew that it was a difficult situation. And why am I going to be somewhere I'm not happy? And I love the fans in Arizona, but I want it to be somewhere where I'm loved and somewhere where there's a vision for me and the program. It's not about the money.
Yeah.
It's about you being successful. I'm coaching to win. I'm coaching to win. I'm coaching to build young women's lives, but I want to win too.
Yeah.
At the highest level. So I want to be somewhere where I believe in who I'm working for, and they believe in me. And Dallas is amazing. The academics are top in the country. It's one of the best schools in the country. It's a great size. It's an intimate community. All those things fit me. And I see at Washington, I have that. At Tucson, I have that. So that's kind of how I am. And it's an amazing city and great time.
It sounds like you have a pretty good idea. Like you said, you've been offered jobs before, and you felt like you knew your value and you deserved certain things. And then when that didn't come to fruition, it was kind of like, okay, well, what am I going to do this for?
Yes, exactly. And I don't have to. Mm-hmm. And I'm not one dimensional. I can probably stop coaching, make more money. I don't feel like I'm never in my life would be so rusty. And I will never be stuck. If I woke up 2 days from now and I said I want to coach for, I will stop. It's not a thing. So for me, it's like my happiness, my life, my family, me going to every day, someone believing in what I do. Like the support is more important and more valuable than any amount of dollar you can put on that.
For sure. I was listening to some things that Damon said when you were hired, and he called the program a sleeping giant. How do you wake it up?
So it's slowly awakening. You wake it up by it has a very strong base. So you first get out in the field, which I've done also. You get out, you meet donors, and that's a strength of mine. I know my bright spots, and that's a bright spot.
Yeah.
And that's a perfect place to be in that bright spot. And and I'm very similar to David in that sense. He's very good at making money. He's very good, and I'm good at those things. So we had a perfect alignment. I think you wake it up by you get that Highland community. It's a very wealthy community that a lot of women have families, and they'll support. Mm-hmm. And I think you do that first. The second thing, how you wake it up, is you recruit players from Dallas. You can literally at SMU, you can recruit in the city of Dallas, not the state of Texas. If you're successful, I can recruit from 4 schools in Dallas and 1. So now I got to keep them home. Everybody in the country knows them. That's a whole other thing. But you can do that. So you got to get them on the Dallas kids, and then you get kids on the rebound like Kyler. So players that went somewhere else and want to go back home, you get them on a transfer. And so you do that, people see, oh, it's okay to go to SMU. Right now, it's not sexy. Players are not being sexy.
Right.
Right now, it's not, but it will be. So you get better, and then you win. Well, the fans start to come because they come if you win. No one wants to see a loser. And then you build it that way. People are excited. Then it's okay to stay home. And I think that's the way you build it. So I will wake it up. That's why I'm here, and that's why you heard me. And it might just be a little bit of time, but I'm excited.
Yeah.
And I'm reinvigorated. I am re-energized. It's a fresh start for me, and so I'm really excited.
Yeah, and we're, it feels like every year with women's college basketball, we keep saying, we're in this new era with the portal and house and all this stuff. How do you feel like, in terms of rev share, your program is being supported?
I would have went to SMU. And for me, coach, it doesn't have to be at one extreme. Like, only a couple schools are going to be at this extreme. Okay, there might be an LSU or South Carolina, which they deserve that and they've earned that. But you don't even have to be at the extreme. You need to be at a competitive area to do good. And then that's where coaching comes in. That's where recruiting comes in. That's where the other things come in. So you have to have a situation where you can be competitive. And I guess that you have that, and we have support. And it's not always military support. It's support in the community, support with the vision for school, support with how you take care of the program. All those things are valuable too. And so I have all that. And President Brentzel loves his basketball. Damon loves his basketball. The community is so excited and appreciative, and they want to be good. And I think having a leader like Damon who wants to be good in everything. He wants to be good in equestrian. He wants to be good in every single sport. It's not just women's basketball. So in a department that creates a lot of unity, and that creates something special. Because in most places, there's a lot of teams outside of women's basketball, football, and men's basketball don't provide value. And I'm at a place where everybody feels valued and everybody feels supported. So that leads to success of the whole school, the university.